2 blocks if you have them for the practice. And the position I like to be in is on my shins with the block in between my heels. And you all are familiar with the practice enough to know maybe what works for your body, where to position your body in a comfortable seat. Hey, good morning. We have a few more people hopping on. Welcome. Welcome. And once you find a comfortable seat, just allow your hands to either lay on your legs or in your lap, wherever feels desirable to invoke in the energy of vitality. And close your eyes. And bring attention just to the way in which your breath moves in and out of your body. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to do except for be in this moment of awareness. The breath in and the breath out. And as you begin to attention your awareness on your breath, you get really curious to how it moves. So is it a little stagnant? Is it short? Is it expansive and full? Without being in the curiosity of attachment or the clinging to, or in the curiosity of how it is right now, present moment. As we invoke the spirit of vitality, which at this point in Sunday morning practice, we choose to cultivate. What do you need to release for that to show up for you? And just repeat whatever you need to release 3 times in your mind to yourself. I release discomfort. I release fear. I release that which does not serve me. And then once you've cleared whatever it is that you're working to clear 3 times, you settle in the spirit of vitality. Vitality is an invocation to energy, to coming from a place that we have that innate wisdom. We're just learning or remembering how to harness and receive. Slowly blink your eyes open. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands. Press the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling and reach. Press through your sit bones and keep extending long. Crown of the head lifts. And slowly melt your fingertips away from each other. Bring your left hand down. Reach your right arm over your ear and across the body. Slightly bend your left elbow and really press through your right sit bone to create full extension and length through the side of your body. Okay, eyes open or eyes closed, you choose the vision that is speaking to you this morning. Okay, slowly press up and switch sides, right hand down. Okay, reach your left arm over your ear and stretch. Okay, remembering there's no place to go, but here inside the body. And being kind and gentle in the awakening too. Yes. Press up. If you have a block underneath your sit bones, go ahead and remove your block, bring it off of your mat. And find your way into a wide-kneed child's pose. Big toes touch. Extend your arms long, forehead in the direction of the earth. And if your forehead doesn't touch, you can always bring a block underneath your head for additional support. Okay, welcome to all of those joining us. Okay, rock your forehead from side to side and simply awaken to the vision that you are creating in this moment through your breath and through your body. Now activate your arms. Bring your forearms off of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. You wrap your arm bones in towards each other. So there's this energetic pressing in of the arms and also an energetic of pressing arms out as if I had my hands wrapped around your upper triceps. You would press into me. Sense and feel the strength and the anchor of your arms on the earth. And keep lifting your arms up, palms sealed down. Tuck your toes and shift your hips high up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Feet hip width distance, knees bend deeply. And keep working to press the arm bones in towards each other and your sit bones high. Okay, sometimes there's a tendency in this shape to weight more forward or more back. So can you weight the body evenly? Front, back, sides of the body all activated. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands. Ragdoll, feet hip width distance, grab opposite elbows. Allow your knees to bend so deeply that your whole chest can glue itself to your thigh bones. And you can grab opposite elbows. Another variation is interlacing the hands behind the neck to allow a little bit more weight to pull the upper body down. And your eyes wide open, fully present in this moment. Right here, right now. Right, release your arms down to the mat. Walk your feet into touch. Extend your spine, halfway lift. And bring vitality into this position as well. Press your hands into your thighs. Press your thighs back into your hands. Create a really long upper torso. Hands down to the mat. Forehead down, head rests, head hangs. Halfway lift again. And create that activity, the relationship between the hands and your leg bones. And forward fold, release. One more, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips this time. And keep pressing your hips back. Tailbone reaches towards the back of your mat. Crown of the head reaches forward. And from here, soft bend in the knees. Stand all the way up. Reach your arms up to the ceiling and look up towards your hands. Hands to heart center, pause. Okay, settle back into your heart and into your intention. Right. Reach all the way up. Mountain pose, look high. And forward fold. Extend your spine, halfway lift, and step back, high plank. Okay, pause here and notice skin to muscle to bone. Hug everything in. Okay, narrow your sit bones and actively press the floor away from you through your hands. Shoulders lift. Press your heels back at the same time. Keep creating length through the crown of your head. Okay, drop to your knees, lower all the way down to the earth. Hands alongside your rib cage and allow your legs to press down. Scoop your chest, low cobra. Okay, tuck your chin and elongate your neck. And forehead down to the mat, pause. Release your air, settle. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to lift through your upper body. Keep pressing your legs down into your mat. Slowly roll the body down. Forehead touches. Release all of your air. Inhale completely. Exhale to lift, low cobra. Wrap the elbows in. Maybe you lift a little higher and you extend your hands off of your mat to your fingertips and you go up. A little bit more expansion through your upper chest and the collarbones. And slowly roll the body down, inch by inch. How slow and intentional can you be? Forehead down, hands alongside the ribcage. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Sense and feel the back of your legs lifting high. From here, high plank. You can always lift up on your knees if you like. Shift your hips, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, bend your knees deeply. Imagine there's a bar between your upper thigh bones and your hips, parallel to the earth, and you want to keep that bar squeezing in that position, which means you need to bend the knees, lift the tailbone a lot. Arms integrated, breathe here. Gaze on one point. Your drishti, set your drishti to one point so you can become present and awaken to all sensation happening in your body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Lift your heels over your toes, empty your breath, and step or float top of your mat. Halfway lift, long spine. Forward fold, release. Press down to rise all the way up. Mountain, look up, maybe go back slightly. Hands to heart center and pause. Feet on the earth. And rise all the way up, reach high. Forward fold, keep hinging at your hips to bow the torso down. Halfway lift, long back. This time a high to low plank. Step your feet back. Lower halfway down. Upward facing dog or low cobra where we began the practice. Really draw your chest through your upper arm bones. Legs are really active. Press your legs high to the ceiling. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Throughout this practice, you can always skip the chaturanga and step back to downward facing dog. Tuning in to really what serves and what is purposeful for your body. Breath in and breath out. A full breath in, lift your heels over your toes, empty your breath, move forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up, Lasana, reach high, mountain. Hands to heart and pause. This time reach all the way up, mountain pose. Sit low into a chair position. And you play with where your feet are. A lot of traditional practices, the toes are together. If you want to create a little bit more space, shake it up. You can have the feet hip width distance. This also allows to open up the low back a little bit more. Arms high. And now cactus your arms wide. Spin your pinkies in towards your eyes. Allow your upper arm bones to draw back slightly. Okay? Reach your arms back up towards the ceiling. Cactus your arms and spin your pinkies in. Upper arm bones draw back. Sink a little lower. And notice the fire in the body, fire in the belly. One more. Reach up. And cactus the arms. Stay. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Extend your spine long. High to low plank, chaturanga. Or downward facing dog. So you choose your practice, your vinyasa. True to you. With everything going on here in the Pacific Northwest, that fire, may we remember that fire transmutes everything. It transforms. It is part of this process of letting go, of shedding, so we can step into our full purpose. So things can regrow. So can we harness as well as heal at the same time? It's fully possible. Reach your right leg back up towards the ceiling and press through your right heel. Press your arms and hands down into the mat. Get strong here. Rotate your toes still facing towards the mat. Draw your right knee in towards your nose. Lift high onto your left toes. Round your spine like you're in a cat position. Good. Extend your right leg back up towards the ceiling. Bring your right knee into your chest. Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Reach your arms high up towards the ceiling. And you can interlace your hands and press the palms back up to the ceiling, or you can cross your thumbs to open up through your chest and your arm bones so heart can lead the way. Sink a little bit more deeply into your right knee. You can always have your toes tucked of your back foot or untucked. Sometimes untucked might bring more stability. Lift through your chest. Hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Long pyramid. Straighten your forward leg. Bow your head down. If you need to scoot your back leg up a little bit more for there to be more stability in your body, go ahead and do that. Full breaths in and full breaths out. Keep pressing through the ball mounds of your left toes and the center of your left heel. And make sure your left leg is anchored. It's strong. It's like the trunk of a tree. Good. Slowly bend into your forward knee. You're going to spin onto the toes of your back foot. Step back, high plank to low plank, upward facing dog. Scoop your chest. And now lead with your chest. Lead with the heart. Downward facing dog. Head comes back last. And then the gaze settles. One point on your mat. Be here in this moment. And nowhere to go, no place to be except for here in the body. And extend your left leg back up towards the ceiling. Keep your left foot flexed. Anchor through your hands and press your left heel through. Maybe if there was a wall behind your left foot, you could press into a wall. That amount of integration of the body. Slowly draw your left knee in towards your nose. Lift high onto your right toes. Round the spine. Think Halloween cat. Left leg back up towards the ceiling. Step your left foot between your hands. How lightly can you land in the body? Drop your back knee, low lunge. Arms sweep up. The two arm variations, you can interlace the hands, press the palms up to the ceiling, or you wrap the thumbs. And if you wrapped the thumbs, do the opposite cross of the thumb on top of the other. The subtle changes in the physical body, subtle changes in the mind, are what really allow us to shift our perspective. One more full breath in. Reach up, go back slightly, legs are strong. And slowly bring your hands to your mat. This time, right foot steps forward slightly, pyramid pose. Okay. Draw your torso over your legs. And you can keep the long stance you choose. And notice if you have a tendency to keep your head lifted, can you allow the head to actually relax down towards the earth? Okay, maybe you open and close the jaw to release any tension in the neck. Good. Slowly lift up, hands to the mat. Bend into your forward knee, and you can tuck the back toes and step back, high plank. To low plank, remember, you can always skip this and move into your downward dog. Okay, vinyasa all the way back. We'll all land in our hands and in our feet and our whole body. Downward facing dog. Okay, full breaths in and full breaths out. All right, lift high, heels lift. Empty your breath and float forward top of your mat. Long spine, halfway lift, forward folds. Okay, Utkatasana chair. Okay, this time, potentially bring the feet together, the big toes touch. Nice. All right. Okay, and begin to play with any amount, lifting your heels up off the mat. Okay, notice if there's shaking, uncertainty, and then drop the heels, anchor. Okay, we have the ability to anchor anytime there's that realm of uncertainty. Again, heels lift. This time, maybe counterbalance the weight by bringing your arms back for drinking bird. Reach through your ring fingers. Okay, maybe you lift the heels a little higher over the toes. Lean the torso more forward. A different form of stability of the body. Okay, slowly drop your heels. Reach your arms back up. Utkatasana. Forward fold. Chest bows. Halfway lift. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Nice. Right leg lifts to the back of the room. Okay. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. And keep your hands on your mat to begin. You can always use your 2 blocks. Okay, just in case you need a little bit more of stability, your length of the arms. Tuck your back toes. Now bring your hands to your hips. Okay, feel the anchor of the feet. Okay, your back leg really strong. Torso still leans forward over your right thigh bone. Now from here, lift the torso. Okay, squeeze your left glute. Reach your arms high for a full crescent lunge. Okay, sink a little bit more deeply into your right knee. The modification is always keeping the left knee down on the earth. Hands to heart center. Lean your torso forward over your right thigh and take a twist. Left tricep to right knee. Okay, press the hands together and look and rotate to the right side of your body. You can stay with your hands pressing together at heart center or open your arms really wide. Okay, allow your breath to keep you in the present moment, keep you in your body. Nice. From here, take a full breath in. Stay on the exhale. Inhale to circle all the way open, warrior 2. Okay, so set up the full expression of this shape. And know when you land, When you land in a shape, it's not always permanent. It's the subtleties that allow you to arrive back in your body. And reach your arms away from each other. Okay. Now flip your right palm over. Reverse your warrior. Look up. Okay. Right arm reaches over your right ear. Extended side angle. Right elbow to right knee. Or take the highest point of your block and bring your right hand to the inside edge of your right foot. Left arm reaches high up to the ceiling. And play with your gaze. Okay, or movement of the head, so you can settle your gaze on one point, unmoving, or look down at your right fingertips and work to rotate from the highest point of your spine. Maybe like imagine that you're rotating with your ears. And look down. And chin is slightly tucked as you lift up. And you think, where is my neck the longest? Okay, or you stay in the shape that you're in the stillness. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, power in the legs. Reverse your warrior. Go back and up. High to low plank. Fully move all the way through your vinyasa or set back to a downward facing dog. All right, left leg back up to the ceiling. Step your left foot between your hands. Keep your hands on your mat or bring your blocks back underneath your hands. Crescent lunge. Strength of the legs. Hands to your hips. And then lift all the way up. Arms high to the ceiling. Imagine that you want to create a wrinkle in the middle of your mat. So pull your left heel back and draw your right toes forward. Okay, notice the integration of your inner leg line when that takes place. Okay, for me, this was like the most elusive thing for like 2 years. So if you can work to pull in from front and back side of the body, okay, the inner leg line can ignite and you're centered in the low core. Hands to heart, lean your torso forward, and take your twist. And your right elbow, outer left thigh. If your hands are riding really high next to your shoulders, how much more can you press the hands together so they're more in line with your heart? Okay, you can stay here. You can also open your arms. Okay, the gift in any practice, whether we're on the mat or we're off, is to breathe. Okay, so continue to embody the breath. When you take a twist, is it short? Is it expansive? Okay, what are you actively wanting to cultivate? Hey, and go for that. Really explore your potential, specifically in alignment with your breath. Okay, full breath in and a full breath out. You're going to inhale and you're going to come up, warrior two. Okay, take your moment that you need to move into the shape. Okay, gaze over your front fingertips. Okay, you can always flip your palms up to allow your shoulders to soften, but the arms to continue to integrate in towards center. Nice. Really great work. All right. Keep your left palm flipped. Reverse your warrior. Go up and back. And look up. Extended side angle. Left elbow, left knee, right arm to the ceiling. Or allow for there to be more expansion by bringing a block underneath your left hand, inside edge of your left foot. And you choose, gaze is steady, okay, or you move through the highest point of your neck, okay, highest point of the spine even. Looking down, and looking up. Okay, so the movement, it's not quick. It's absolutely intentional, learning to be in the body. And I work as a coach, I work as a life coach, and I tell my clients that the answer lives in the body. Okay, we can be in our head all we want, okay, but the moment that we tune into the breath, notice the subtleties, so much more begins to be revealed. And keep bending your forward knee. Reverse your warrior. Go back and up. Reach. High to low plank, chaturanga. And move through your body. Can the breath lead every movement that you do? Okay. Can the head be last as you shift from one region to the next? Nice. All right, land here. Drop to your knees. Okay, take a puppy pose. Okay, so reach your arms far forward on your mat. You do have blocks. You could grab a block and bring it underneath your chest. And you could be here in your puppy, working to keep your hips over your knees, or you can drop all the way down, forehead on the mat or chin. Okay. Allow a deep shoulder opening and breathe here. Okay. Okay, bring attention, breath to the whole back side of your heart. In ancient cultures, specifically the Chinese culture, they would say that we receive on the back side of the body and we give from the front side in an energetic form. So here, can we work to be in the reciprocation of that which we are seeking, because it is also seeking you. Okay, that's a piece from a Rumi quote. Okay, what you seek is seeking you. Okay, pay attention to the thoughts you have. If the thoughts are consuming, move right back into your heart. Move right back into the space of one pointed focus, vitality. Learning to harness something is really different than attaching to. And that's what we get to remember when we're in different shapes in the body. When we move, when the cauldron gets stirred up and it overflows. The gift is the breath. Settling back in to the way in which it moves through the body. All right, I don't want you to get too comfortable there. All right, come back up, tabletop pose, tuck the toes. Okay. Scoop the hips, downward facing dog. And you take a full breath in and a full breath out. Right knee hugs into your chest, round forward. Step your right foot between your hands. A crescent lunge. Reach your arms high up towards the ceiling. Okay, and now reach your arms back. Okay, the drinking bird arms. And then sweep your arms back up for a crescent lunge. Okay, and then we're opening the arms, sweeping them back like you're gonna take a free fall into the ocean. And now reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Okay, stay here, be steady and strong. Now can you bring your hands to your hips, anchor your back heel, move back into a pyramid shape, but this time rotate your torso left, right hand to your right shin for triangle. Okay, so we're just doing a different movement into this shape. So you'll rotate, anchor your back heel, triangle pose. A right hand to a block on the outside edge of your right foot. the highest height. Okay. Notice if you're collapsing down, really rounding the left side of your body. Can you press your left rib cage down towards your left hip bone and create so much space from one side to the other like a mirror? Okay, both sides of the body are really long. And you knew what to do with your eyes. You set them on one point. That really works for you. Or you allow them to wander. It's all up to you how you show up and what you'd like to cultivate. All right, press into your feet. See if you can be light with the right hand. So notice if you always have weight in the right hand, press into the feet. Lightness of the right fingertips. Come all the way up to standing. A goddess pose. Cactus the arms, feet out wide. Okay, settle down deeply into your hips. Round your forearms in towards each other, round your spine, chin into the chest, okay, like a cat. And then go ahead, open the body, extend. Inhale to round, keep sinking your hips. I feel the strength, the ability of your legs to hold you. Cactus the arms, expand through your chest, eyes come up. One more, round your body. And exhale to open. Okay. Press up for a star. Just allow the legs to release slightly. Nice. Okay. Settle back down into your goddess. And we're going to pivot hands to your hips. Okay. Shift back to face the back of your mat. Pivot onto your back foot. Rise up, crescent lunge. Okay. However you get there, just learning new transitions in the body. It's not going to look smooth usually, unless you really, really work focus and it's practice. All right, arms back, sweep and reach. Lift up, steady legs. Crescent lunge. Wide arms, reach back. Your drinking bird, torso leans. Transfer the weight. Okay, one more, reach up. And sweep back. Nice. Okay, reach all the way up. Pivot your back heel down to the earth. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose on this side. Left hand down. You might need to turn around and grab your block on the other side. Okay, awareness of your rotation. And then right arm reaches high up towards the ceiling. So think you're having the arms in warrior two. You want just as much strength as you lengthen. Okay, through your arms. Really nice, Kim and Emily and Karen. Great. Press into your feet. Reach all the way up. This time, hands to the hips. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so really figure out where your hips are. Allow them to be an anchor for you. Seal your heels into the earth. Seal the ball mounds of your toes. Lift all 10 toes. Notice, do you always cling with your feet to the earth? So learning even expansion in the feet. Press your hips back. Bow your torso over your thighs. Okay, allow your hands to land wherever they wish. Okay, that's your choice. Okay, what works for you? There's a lot of different arm variations you can take. If tripod headstand is something you want to explore, go ahead and do that. I won't coach that right now, but if it's in your practice and you're feeling called, why not? And keep working. If you aren't in the tripod, keep drawing your hips in the direction of the ball mounds of your feet. There can be a tendency to press back and be in the heels a lot more. So what is it? What is this like tipping forward? This leaning into more forward movement. What can it bring you? Why are we always sitting back in the heels more? I'm not quite sure. Might have something to do with trust, though. That's what I know for myself. All right, if you are in tripod headstand, slowly find your feet back onto your sticky mat. If you have any bind, release your bind. Hands back to your hips. Okay, feet anchored, legs powerful. Reach your torso all the way up. And now just walk your feet in towards each other. Okay, hands to your heart and pause. Be in this steady, tall position. And you can always cross your hands on top of one another to your heart center. And close your eyes. Allow everything to settle. If the heart is racing at all, can you regulate the heart through the attention of your breath? Okay, slowly open your eyes, reach your arms all the way up, wide arms, and forward fold. Okay, slowly pivot, walk your hands back to the top of your mat, step back, high plank. Lift your hips downward facing dog. Okay, shift forward, high plank. Drop to your knees or lower all the way down to the earth. A locust pose. Interlace your hands behind your low back. And you can always reach through your ring fingers. Press into your legs, scoop your chest. So the legs are going to stay down for our first round. And you reach your knuckles back. Keep lifting through the back side of your body. Without slinging out, release your hands. Slowly come down to the earth. Cheek to one side of your mat. Pause. And receive everything that is. And also receive everything that is not. A second round of locust. Interlace your hands. And if your hands are resting on your sacrum, your low back, can you lift them slightly off of your low back? And try this on. Reach through your hands. Lift your legs. And keep lifting through your calf muscles, your hamstrings. And long neck. Tuck the chin slightly. Just simply lift through the back of your head. Fully aligned in the spine. And slowly release. Cheek to the opposite side. Arms along your body. Today we'll keep coming back to there's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do except for be fully here in this moment. And there's this really sweet Dr. Seuss saying, he says, forever can only be a second. So if we ever feel stuck, we always have an opportunity that position that we're in, that we've created in our mind's eye, it's not so true because we can shift it. We have that ability. All right, go ahead and bring your forehead to your mat. Tuck your toes. Come up for a tabletop. Walk your knees forward. So if you were able to grab 2 blocks, fantastic. If you don't have 2 blocks, you just have 1 block, I'll coach you with that. We're showing up for camel. Right? So if you have 2 blocks, bring 1 block on the outside of your left ankle, 1 block on the outside of your right ankle. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Actively press your thumbs into your sacrum. Anchor your feet on the earth. Okay? Press your hips forward as if your whole torso is up against a wall. Okay? Tailbone drops down towards the heels and forward. open through your chest. And we're going to stay here for our first camel, and we'll do 3 in completion. And keep opening. Legs are strong. Pull the knees in towards each other. Press your leg bones down. And chest opens wide. And slowly lift your torso. Bring your sit bones back to your heels and pause. Okay, just allow your hands to rest in your lap. All right, second camel. Press into your shins to lift up. Okay, the ability of your legs can get you to rise. And now this time, reach your arms up to the ceiling and cactus your arms. Keep pressing your shin bones down. Your toes might be tucked for more space through the low back. Okay, open through your chest, hips forward. Reach your arms back. Maybe you can find your blocks. Okay? Reach your fingertips to your blocks. Open through your torso. Collarbones begin to spread wide. Eyes open. Now learn to breathe. Okay, this is absolutely my most challenging position, one of the most challenging poses in this practice. Okay, so the breath is always my backup singer here, my sidekick, maybe it's even my lead. Okay, slowly bring your hands back to your low back and lift up. And if you feel a little lightheaded, settle, sit bones down, pause. It doesn't and it will not last forever. Okay, we're going to do one more. You have the blocks there. You don't have to use the blocks. You can set them aside. You might be ready now. Right? Press into your shins, lift up. Anchor the feet. Okay? Reach up and cactus the arms. Why we do this is to allow the space to be created in the front side of the body immediately. Okay? We're not starting off closed. Open, and now maybe you reach back and you find your heels. Okay? You still might have the blocks there. Now press as if I had my palms up against your hip bones. Press actively into me. Okay? Or into a wall, forward. A heart wide open, ready to fully give and receive anything that is seeking you. Okay. And slowly you're going to rise out by hands to the low back, always moving in the subtleties. Sit bones to the heels. We're going to pause here for a couple more breaths. Notice the vitality. Through back bends, we have an opportunity to harness this ability of movement forward. Of creation. Of strength. And surrender. And you can throw whatever you want into the cauldron. And you can create vitality from it. It's the way in which we perceive what vitality might mean for us, what shapes do for our body. To continue to get clear on what works for you. What works for me. Because it's uniquely ours. It's all different for each and every one of us. All right, press down and lift up. And we're just simply going to cross the ankles behind the back and come onto the back side of our body. And if you want to come down slowly, you can have the feet down and roll one vertebrae at a time. Map the spine, be intentional. Okay, cross your right ankle over your left. Draw your left knee in. Okay, for a figure 4. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring or over your left shin bone. If you're really rounding up in the body, Okay. Maybe you work to relax the shoulders. Okay. Maybe you have to grab behind the hamstring and the knee doesn't pull in as much. Okay. Just consider when you hold tension or where you hold tension to get into a physical shape. It's really not about the shape, but how it feels. And back to the breath. And good. Slowly release left foot down to the mat. Uncross your legs and shift your knees from side to side, as if your knees are like sails on a sailboat. And allow there to be a pressing in through the inside edge of your foot and the outer edge of the foot as your knees sway. And that can help open up outer, maybe even inner hips. And you might get a small low back adjustment. And back to center, left ankle over right. Okay, draw your right knee in and interlace. Okay, where can your neck be neutral? Okay, are you cringing? Are you already creating tension in the upper body? When a lot of this shape has a lot to do with the lower body. If your eyes are open, maybe you close the eyes to invite in all senses, sounds, smells, a feeling in the body. By closing one sense, all other senses and begin to take precedent, magnify. And slowly release right foot down to the earth, uncross left ankle over right, and back to our sway. And you have now the opportunity, if you would choose to be more in stillness, and you can allow your knees to fall right and shift your gaze over your left shoulder and cactus your arms for supine twist. Or you just continue to work the movement. Again, becoming acutely aware of what you are seeking, what works for your body, what your body is asking for, and to honor that. If you took the stillness cross, you're going to cross the knees to the opposite side. Gaze over your right shoulder. If you're swaying the knees, you can show up in butterfly with the soles of the feet together, knees wide. And if you're in your twist, stay in that twist. And take a full breath in and a full breath out. And whichever shape you're in, you're going to hug your knees into your chest and squeeze and receive. Maybe even forehead comes in. Get into the smallest ball that you can. Hug your body. And know that it's yours. It's here to keep you moving. Keep you present, to this one life you've got. Okay, slowly release. Legs move long. Okay, for Shavasana, constructive rest, palms up towards the ceiling. If you have blocks, one of my favorite things to do with the blocks is bring them onto my body to add weight, okay, for a grounding effect and sensation. Okay, if that calls you. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, fully receive this practice. Okay, in this quiet space, just simply become aware of everything within your room. And bring your palms over your heart, one hand on top of the other. Take this moment to ask yourself if you could tell your inner child anything. You could tell yourself anything when you were 5 years old. What would it be? And whatever that be is, tell yourself that right now. And specifically in the language of I am. I am safe. I am free. I am worthy. I am love. I am open. I am present. Whatever it is, you just repeat that to yourself 3 times. I am. And that I am will create vitality for the rest of your day for you. because with intention, we show up, stepping into that place, learning to be for us so we can be for others. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And hug your knees into your chest. Roll to one side, and whichever side calls you, seems to be coaxing you that way, go to that side. The left side is of femininity, the right is of masculinity. So maybe that's just a gift, something that you want to have your attention and focus on for the day. And press yourself up to a seat. And you can keep your hands crossed at heart center or bring your palms towards each other for Anahata Mudra. A health in the body, peace in the spirit, love in the heart. And my prayer, mantra, whatever you want to call it, however it resonates for you, for me and also for you. Health in the body, peace in the spirit, love in the heart. Bow forward. Namaste.